Good morning, welcome all of you. Bande Matram. Here on this morning, we are going to have a discussion on ascetic methods, different types of methods we follow in the process of sadhana. So, one process, is it helpful? Sometimes, mostly we are confused which is helpful. Same question has been put to the mother. For self mastery, are not the ascetic methods useful sometimes? Ascetics, self denial. So, the question is like this: is it helpful? Is it helpful always or sometimes? That's what to be seen. That's what to be analyzed right now. This question also very clear. For self mastery, the purpose is self mastery. Is this method helpful sometimes? And mother tries to explain. Explain. No, you cure nothing. You cure nothing. No way helpful. Sometimes that question is also technically asked. Is it helpful sometimes? Can we have the real cure out of this? Can it help it? Can it heal it? No. You cure nothing. You only give yourself an illusion that you have progressed. Illusion. So within same illusion you keep moving that you are doing something, but the thing is that is totally contrary. It is a negation. With this negativity you are moving, and then not only negativity, there is no way you are getting the help. That illusion is there. You only give yourself the illusion that you are progressing. You have progressed, but you cure nothing. Same thing, it is a mental phenomenon. You are satisfying yourself that you are progressing, but the thing is that to progress is beyond your reachability. That is what to be seen. The proof is that if you stop your ascetic methods, the thing is even stronger than before. Because and moreover, so far you are concerned, you are following the integral yogic process. In no way helpful. It has got its rules and regulations. It has got its own way. Rules and regulations are necessary to some extent. Austerity is necessary to some extent, but actually it is no way it has to be imposed. That is not the idea. That is not the criteria. That is not the need. That's what you must remember again and again. So it comes back with a vengeance. Whatever you are, these ascetic methods, even stronger than before your implementation. It is actually you feel when if you stop your ascetic methods, whatever you are following, you are taking to your own, and you will feel you are stronger than before without implementation of these methods. So it comes back with a vengeance. It depends upon what you call ascetic methods, mother course. Mother indirectly she wants to explain actually what really you think by ascetic methods. That's what mother tries to explain. That depends upon what you call the ascetic methods. Are you very much clear about this method, whatever you are talking of? Are you very sure what you are doing? If it is not to indulge in satisfying all your desires, this indeed is not the asceticism. Satisfying all your desires, if you indulge, if it is not to indulge in satisfying your desires, this method is not asceticism. It is it is common sense. It is common sense. It is something else. Ascetic methods are things like repeated fasting. That's what austerity. Austerity. Mother tries to explain on austerity. These ascetic methods, mother tries to explain really what really the asceticism you mean, how you are accepting, how you are implementing in your life. That's what mother wants to explain in a very crystal clear manner. Very interestingly, mother quotes, like repeated fasting. No, this for so far this integral method is concerned, integral yoga is concerned, fasting is no way helpful. That health must be in a very, you must be in a very healthy condition, body must be healthy to carry out the process of integral yoga. So this repeated fasting, compelling yourself to endure the cold, you are in the Himalayas, you are staying in a cave, so accordingly, you are planning to bear the maximum cold. That is not austerity. That is not ask. That is what you think and what you feel in yourself. That is the method. Suppose you can give the example right now. You can also counter me. Like in Siachen glacier, that the soldiers are also keeping themselves warm or keep fighting, or they are vigilant on the actually in my temperature which is actually minus 30 minus 40 something, how they are doing. This is your purpose is different and their purpose is different. They are paid, they have they are determined to be vigilant because they are the soldiers of the country, they must be vigilant, but your purpose is different, but actually you are taking everything in a very contrary, in a very negative way. Mother course repeated fasting, the method what we are doing here, repeated fasting, enduring the heavy cold, that's what the methods we are doing. Normally we are doing repeated fasting. No, 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 no. These are the not helpful at all. In fact, to torture the body a little. That's what we are doing. We are torturing the body a little or more. This indeed gives you only spiritual pride, nothing more. That I am doing, that is giving you spiritual pride, nothing more. That can't be abolished from you because you are indulged, you have taken it for granted that I have to do something and I have to do this, that is why not at all, not quite helpful anyway, nothing more. It is a spiritual pride, torturing the body, repeating the fasting the method of repeated fasting and enduring the maximum to cold. So in other way you are actually torturing your body. This is a spiritual by pride, according to the mother, nothing more. It masters nothing, again it masters nothing at all. Then it is infinitely easier, it is infinitely easier. That's what you are doing. And the people don't, people do it because it is very easy. Very easy. Karjam the sadhayat sariram babadayat. Let this body go. Let it be destroyed, no problem for me. But actually, I want to finish up, accomplish the my sadhana. I want to get the result. But in no way you will get the result. How will you get the result without actually practicing the true yogic process? Without wandering in the original spiritual field, without accepting the original methods, how can you? You are going in a wrong way. So, and you feel pride there, and you claim this is a spirit. It is nothing but a spiritual pride. Your pride, whatever you claim, that is only a spiritual pride, nothing else. It is simply easy. That's why you are accepting, because you don't know path, you feel it is easy, simply making accepting the method of fasting or indulging or keeping yourself in among amidst the huge cold, and you are torturing like this, or on sitting under the scorching sun like this, you are torturing your body, and you feel it is a simple method, easy method, and in the other way, this is mother course, it is a spiritual pride. So that time, just because the pride is quite satisfied, and vanity is popped up. So for this mother quotes again, the pride is satisfied, quite satisfied, and the vanity, this vanity is popped up. So this pride only, we are actually satisfying our pride in one way or another, in one name or another, in one form or another. That's what we are doing, that we are doing something, we are doing great, we are torturing the body, we are amidst the snow, heavy snow or scorching heat, or staying in the cold body without food, repeated fasting, and all so many ways. These are all pride and the vanity, because it becomes very easy. Easy. Without doing anything, you are just enjoying. That's what you are doing. One makes a great demonstration of the ascetic virtues. Another, ascetic's virtues. Great demonstration. You simply something like you are beating the drum and claiming I am doing a great thing, and so considers himself extremely important, personage. Extremely important personage I have been. This is the claim from you, and that helps him to endure many things. That must be understood. That must be taken care of. You must know. So again, mother goes forward. It is much more difficult to master one's impulse. Extremely difficult. Extremely difficult to master one's what you know impulse, quietly, composedly, and prevent them from showing themselves much more. That is what very difficult, very difficult. It's something you can do. Somehow you have gone, you may go some steps you can put forward. That is different issue. But the mastering over itself, it is very difficult. Mastering difficult to master one's impulse quietly, composedly, and to prevent them from showing themselves much more without taking ascetic methods. That is what the idea. And you know, it is much more difficult not to be attached to things you possess than to possess nothing. When you have nothing to possess and you nothing to lose, that is a different issue, very very important issue. But the thing is that much more difficult to be attached to things you possess, not to not to be attached to things. More difficult not to be attached, because whatever you have, you are getting attached. That is quite simple. And not to be attached to what you possess is much more difficult than to possess nothing, because you don't have anything, so you don't want to possess. That is easy. But you have something, you don't want to possess. That is more difficult. Very interesting sentence, and a bit interesting point you have to note here. This is something that is keen, that has been known for centuries. It is not the homework for our immediate near future. This is the taste of the centuries, experience of the centuries. We keep moving on the same track and we can't follow. We can't actually live in for centuries. It requires much greater quality not to be attached. The much greater quality is not to be attachment. That attachment actually is a hindrance in the process of the yoga. Something you possess, and that attachment to that possession is a very difficult thing and very difficult to live than to possess nothing. I have nothing, so very important thing. So suppose I will tell you one example is there. In the beach, you know, one elephant is going passing on the beach, that sand. So another can come and freely move, but to put the footsteps of the elephant, I mean, exactly put the your step where the this primer, this former element has placed, exactly the same place in the same manner. To keep it, it needs a greater courage. Very difficult, but freely you can move. As the first one has moved, likely freely you can put your step and you can move forward. But actually stepping, the following the steps, keeping your step at the right place where the first has kept, it is the imitation and the following. It needs a it is a very difficult thing. So possess, so whatever greater quality not to be attached to the things what one possesses than without any possession, or reduce one possession to a strict minimum. I don't have anything, so I don't have any fear to lose. But if I have something and I have got attachment, then very difficult to get detached. So it is much more difficult, mother course, much more difficult. Easy, but is easy. Following the ascetic methods are easy. It is quite easy, simple. You are moving. But this attachment, the living, you to get a detachment from the attachment creates a bigger problem. So it is more difficult. It is much higher degree of moral worth, much higher degree of moral worth. Simply this attitude, when thing comes to you, to take it, use it. When for some reason or another it goes away, with how it will go, because this attachment is there, and you with this attachment you can detach. If some higher consciousness is coming, this attachment can only go. And to let it go and not regret it. If it is going, you let it go, don't get attached, don't regret for it. Not to refuse it when it comes. To know how to adapt yourself and not to regret when it goes. That is the true condition. That is the true condition. Not to refuse it when it comes. Again, to know how to adapt yourself, that is a different thing. Yourself, and not to regret when it comes. That is the three great things Mother has told you to understand. So this is the thing if Mother tries to explain in a nutshell. In a nutshell, you will try to understand. Thing is that very thing, you are attached to something, and you have got that attachment to what you possess, very difficult to come out. And if it goes, suppose you are in the ascetic mark, you are in the yogic process, let it come, no problem, don't get attached, that is second one. And if it is going, then you don't have anything to worry, because you have taken something in your mental, your mental phenomena. So you have thought this has to be done, you have to be go out, you have to go that way. For that actually you don't get detached of which, for which it is attached. So many methods we are using for the as in the name of the spiritual ascetic methods, like fasting, repeated fasting, and the second, enduring the scorching heat or scorching cold. That's what the repeated methods. It is no way helpful. They feel it is easier, but actually it is not helpful. It will create some problem. For that actually you have to be very careful. And the Sri Aurobindo is having one observation: humor on ascetic. Humor honor the garb of the ascetic, but look also at the wearer, lest hypocrisy occupy the holy places and the inward, saintliness become a legend. For that, no problem. You have to be very conscious on that. So anyway, it is a really very appreciable things whatever Sri Aurobindo has quoted here. You have to become very much in a very relaxed manner, very interesting way. You have to know which method really is too helpful. And moreover, whatever these ascetic methods being used purposely, composedly, easily by the previous school of faculties, these are not helpful at all to the people who are pursuing this integral yogic method. So for that, actually, you must be very careful, very careful. This attachment, detachment, and all is in no way helpful. But ask the higher force to guide you. Surrender at the feet of the mother. That will be helpful only. Thank you. Bande Mataram.